Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is LC with Loyal Crypto. Thank you for joining me today. So today in the Basics of Trading playlist, I have something that's key in investing, and that is support and resistance lines. Support and resistance lines show you great buying opportunities, and it also shows you great selling opportunities. The only way you can make money in trading is by buying and selling. So I think this is one of the #1 things that all traders need to know, and especially a beginner. So other traders are seeing this type of information, and if you're new to the market, you're buying at the wrong points and you're selling at the wrong points. All right, so I want to make sure you're looking at these levels when you're taking your trades, and if you like content like this, please subscribe to the channel because I'm gonna keep coming to you with these fundamentals of trading. All right, let's dive in.
Okay, in this video, we're going to go through some basic chart patterns, and some of the most basic chart patterns are support and resistance lines. And with support and resistance lines, I find that when we draw a Fibonacci retracement, it lands almost perfectly on where we start to see price action giving us support and resistance. So let's go through this example I have here and let's find out. Okay, we can see this impulse move going in the bullish direction, and we see it finally met some resistance and comes down a little bit. It bounces around a little, and this point here matches perfectly with our previous high. So what I like to do is grab a line and I throw it down there and I make it red to symbolize that we have resistance. This just confirmed that we have resistance at this level, and price does not want to break through as of right now. Now it hits the resistance, comes down, and it finally breaks through here. So we break through resistance finally, and what I do once we break resistance, I turn the line white. I'm just giving myself a visual cue from when I'm looking in the past where we had any resistance or support. I can see immediately that we have a support line. If price ever comes back down and breaks through our next levels of support, then we have a support line somewhere down here. And that's what I'm just giving myself a cue of. So we finally come up, come down a little bit, bounce around, and now, boom, we hit this line, symbolizing that this is a solid support line and the market is respecting it. Come down again, hit it, come down again, and we hit it again. So that is a triple bottom. Now, typically when you see a triple bottom, which I'll go through in another video, it's a reversal in price. So as you can see, it tried to break bearish, we bounced around, and it broke bullish. It's showing that it's a reversal of what would have been a bearish trend here. Okay, so yeah, we're finally making another break bullish here, and we're met by some more resistance. And this red, we stumble around and we break through, becoming support. Okay, and bounce around, boom, we hit the line again, right? Now let's say we're looking to get into this coin and we're just looking for an entry. We maybe start to see somewhere in this range that this is something that we want to definitely invest in. We just want to wait for an entry. So let's say price does something like this, comes down, bounces, and boom, right? What I would do, I would look back and use my fib tool to make sure I'm buying at the right price. We already seen that we have support here and we have support here. So I'll do something like this. I'll see that a strong move was made here and was made here, but I'm gonna go a little further back. I seen this triple bottom, and I'm going to put price, use my fib tool to mark X here, and I'm gonna call this A, let's say. It's at the top of where the all-time high right now, so that's where you want to draw it. I see that this line has touched the 618. I usually like to mark those yellow, and I also seen that it hit the 382. The 382 is a very strong fib sequence, so I want to put another yellow line there. Right now I'm looking for an entry. I see that this price has retraced down to the 618. I'm pretty confident that I see a bullish trend. I see that the overall price action is moving very bullish in this channel. So I want to see it retrace when it's here. It finally gets to my 618 number, and I'm definitely looking to buy here. You could have bought here too, because 382 is a very strong fib retracement number, but when it comes down to the 618 and is in a bullish trend, I like to buy here, maybe wait to see some stumbling around to give me confirmation, right? So it gives me confirmation in the trend, maybe even giving me a triple bottom again, and I'm definitely buying here if it's something I want to invest in. And this is how I use my fib retracements with our support lines and resistance lines, building a stronger case for me to invest in a particular project. I feel like this is definitely going to help you moving into a real scenario. So let's go there now. Okay, so I have a chart pulled up here. This is just Bitcoin paired with the US dollar on Coinbase. I just found a spot in Bitcoin where I seen price drop off, and I want to show you how to basically use the fib retracement with finding support and resistance lines. So first, let me just give you an example of how to use the fib retracement. So typically you want to see price move, right? And let's say this is the high point there. You always start your fib retracement here. This is just an example drawing, but you want to start your fib retracement here. So let's say this is X and drag it out to the top of price, right? And that's going to be A. And this is just an example, but I'm basically saying that that's the point where price has topped. So in order to see a top, you need to see where it's broken down, right? So in actual trade, that's going to be our top, and this is how you draw a fib retracement from there to there. Now, your fib numbers that you want to pay attention to are the 382 and the 618. Now, a lot of these other numbers are important as well. I added in the 702 and the 836 for some other things that I do. But the 382 and the 618 are going to be your most important fib retracements. I see them used, or I see them being respected all throughout the crypto market. And I also see a 50% retracement a lot of the time as well. So typically for me, what I do is I mark these in yellow just to give myself a visual cue. Whenever I see price comes down to the 382, I mark that in yellow, and a 618 in yellow. It basically symbolizes the golden ratio for me. And I put the 50% retracement in white. That's just for me. You can do what you want. You can do your own color system. I just know when I'm looking back through the history of a chart, I can see where certain patterns have hit, okay? So again, you want to draw your fib retracement starting from X, the bottom of the movement. So the bottom of the movement, you know, it has been a fall off of price, right? So stop it. So it's been a fall off of price. So this is the bottom of price movement, and this is, for right now, our all-time high. Now let's get into the chart. So here we are, Bitcoin. I just found a price where a time where price has dipped, and looks like this is March 13th of 2020. So what we want to do is draw our fib retracement from that bottom. And where do I see our first top? So I see a top here, and like I said, I see that price retrace down to the 382. So I'll put this in yellow. Now quickly zooming in, I'm going to show you something. So a lot of the time people gonna say like, oh, the fib retracement lines don't really mean anything, or support and resistance lines don't mean anything, and I know they don't know what they're talking about. So right here you can see that it's dipped through, clearly through the 382. You don't use these lines like it's a wall. You use these lines like it's a spring. Patterns move in a fluid motion in any market. You can't dictate what price is going to do. All you can do is try to trace what it's telling you. You're reading a story. So it dipped and it sprung off. It touched it, came up, it dipped and it sprung off. It's a spring, okay? Use it as a springboard. Don't use it as a wall. So it can clearly come through a little bit, but you don't want to see it come down here. That's going to be closer to your 50% retracement. It sprung off, okay? So that is our first support line. and I also see it come down here, and it didn't even touch. See, it didn't touch, but price action started to come close to it, and it feels that spring, so it bounced back up. Okay, so that's our first one. And I mean, you can look in here too. You see a little bounce off the 618, but let's move forward. I see a little top there and a little top there. Okay, I see that's the bottom. Let's do this. All right, so I'm just gonna draw a line on that 382 and our 618 because I see this is the top and I see that as the bottom moving on through the trend. And it looked like it's in consolidation right now, right? So just really quickly, I can see price bouncing off of this line in multiple places. So let's go here. I go here, there, you know, and it looked like it sprung off all in this area before it made another move up. So you start to see that you can use your fib retracement as support. Okay, let's move out. Let's keep going. So where do we say the move start? I think I'll start right there. Boom. You can see it hit off the 382, and you're telling yourself the story now. You're trying to get a feel of where it's moving, right? Now Bitcoin, you can see that it's been using this 382 a lot. It sprung off, right? So it's still using it. And right now, I mean, the 618, yeah, it's not relevant, so I won't draw a line for it. And I'll delete these as price moves up, but just giving you an example. Okay, nothing major, nothing major. Look like this is a huge consolidation zone. Okay, what we got here? Let's see, this is the top. So I'm using that bottom as a move and this top here of this full pattern. And 382. I don't really see the 618 playing any role, but I see it touched off at 50. It dipped there for a second, then popped back up. Right? Zoom in, and as you can see, it's been playing off of this 382. But now, as you can see, what's used as support can also turn into resistance. So price has held above, but now it finally broke through that support line. That becomes resistance. It also broke through this 50% retracement, right? That becomes resistance. Actually, let me see something really quick. Let me see something. I think I just spotted the 682, excuse me, the 618 coming into play. Get my same point here. What I use this one. Yeah, that's when the move started. Okay, and let's do a 618. Let's just see. Boom, look at that. I didn't plan this. So as you can see, it dipped through, right? It dipped through and it's trying to now break above the 618. So it broke through, that became resistance. It's tapping, just basically knocking on the door to try to get back through that 618, right? Now the 618 is used as support. It's bouncing. It's bouncing, right? So that's why I like to use these fib retracements as a support and resistance lines. Now you can definitely eyeball it and see that this is support and resistance, and as you can see, this line that turned red, the 382, has now become resistance. So it's trading within these zones, and you want to definitely start to keep an eye out for these things because it's going to help your trading.
So that wraps up the video we had today. I hope you liked. Please comment down below and subscribe to the channel. I'm gonna keep coming to you with ways to make money in this market, and that is by making you a better trader, all right? So if you're looking for more advanced ways to make yourself a better trader, definitely take a look at the comments down below. I have crypto software in there. I have books that's gonna educate you and get your mind right for this market. So again, I'm gonna keep coming to you with ways to make money in this market, and until next time, one.